Welcome back to my channel. My name is Sam, and tonight we're diving head first into the darkness that clings to this world. We're talking about places where joy and laughter once reigned, but now stand silent, echoing with the whispers of the past haunted amusement parks. So buckle up, keep the lights on, and prepare to be disturbed as we explore the spooky history of haunted amusement parks rides that never shut down. Our journey begins in West Virginia, at a place called Lake Shawnee Amusement Park. It's been abandoned for decades, the remnants of its joyful past now overtaken by an oppressive silence. Beneath the surface of this seemingly desolate park lurks a history steeped in tragedy, and at its heart spins a Ferris wheel that refuses to let go of the past. Before the park was built, the land belonged to the Clay family, and it was here that a string of horrific events unfolded. In the 1780s, Mitchell Clay settled on this land with his family. Little did he know he was building his homestead upon sacred Native American burial grounds. One summer day while Mitchell was away, a group of Native American raiders, seeking revenge for the desecration of their ancestral land, attacked the Clay homestead. 3 of Mitchell's children were brutally murdered. One, a young girl, was even said to have been swung by her ankles and dashed against an oak tree, her lifeless body left where the Ferris wheel now stands. Despite the tragedy, the land remained in the Clay family for generations. Then, in the 1920s, a businessman named Conley Snidow saw an opportunity. He purchased the land from the Clays, ignoring the dark history, and built the Lake Shawnee Amusement Park. He constructed a swing set for the children, but it was said to swing on its own, even on the stillest of days, as though pushed by unseen hands. He built a swimming pool, but people claimed to see the ghostly figures of children, their eyes wide with terror at the bottom. And then there was the Ferris wheel, its steel frame casting long, eerie shadows across the park. Some say the Ferris wheel was built directly on the spot where the young Clay girl was murdered. Others claim it was erected over her unmarked grave. Whatever the truth, the Ferris wheel quickly gained a reputation for being a focal point of paranormal activity. Visitors to the park reported seeing the spectral figure of a young girl swinging from the Ferris wheel at night, her laughter echoing through the empty park. Others claim to have seen the Ferris wheel turning on its own, its rusty gears groaning under the weight of unseen riders. Despite the growing number of unsettling incidents, the park remained open for a time. However, the tragedies didn't end with the Clay family. In the 1950s, a young boy was struck and killed by a truck while playing near the Ferris wheel. His death seemed to confirm the darkness that permeated the park. As the years went by, the tragedies, coupled with the growing sense of unease, drove visitors away. Today, Lake Shawnee Amusement Park stands as a stark reminder of a tragic past, with the Ferris wheel still standing, a rusted silhouette against the sky. From the rusted Ferris wheel of Lake Shawnee, we travel south to the heart of Louisiana, to a place where the spirit of Mardi Gras collides with a history of devastation and resilience. Here in New Orleans lies a Six Flags amusement park, forever scarred by the wrath of Hurricane Katrina, and within its storm-ravaged grounds, a roller coaster that some believe still runs its course, carrying passengers from beyond the grave. Six Flags New Orleans was once a beacon of joy, a place where families came to create lasting memories. But in 2005, Hurricane Katrina, one of the deadliest hurricanes in American history, ripped through New Orleans, leaving behind a trail of destruction and despair. The amusement park didn't escape the storm's fury. Floodwaters surged through the park, tearing down rides and leaving behind a trail of debris and devastation. The once vibrant colors of the park faded to a dull, lifeless gray, and the cheerful music that once filled the air was replaced by an eerie silence. Among the wreckage, the roller coaster, once a symbol of exhilarating thrills, now stood as a skeletal reminder of the storm's power. Twisted metal tracks reached for the sky, stripped bare of their cars, and the once crowded queue line was now a desolate corridor of shattered concrete and rusted handrails. The park never reopened. The damage was too extensive, the cost of rebuilding too high. It was left to decay, a haunting reminder of the day the music died. But even in its abandonment, Six Flags New Orleans found a new life, not as a place of joy and laughter, but as a breeding ground for unsettling rumors and chilling tales. Many believe that the spirits of those who lost their lives during Hurricane Katrina sought refuge in the park, their souls tethered to the physical world by unfinished business or the sheer terror of their final moments. The roller coaster in particular became a focal point of paranormal activity. Locals whispered of seeing spectral figures strapped into the rusted cars, their ghostly screams echoing through the empty park as the coaster climbed impossible heights. Security guards reported hearing the distinct click-clack of the roller coaster climbing its initial ascent, followed by the gut-wrenching roar of the cars plummeting down the tracks, even though the ride was clearly non-operational. Is it merely the wind whistling through the broken tracks, or can you hear the phantom screams of riders on a roller coaster that will never run again? Our final destination brings us to the seemingly cheerful world of Kings Island in Mason, Ohio. On the surface, it's a bustling park teeming with life, but beneath the facade of cotton candy and thrilling rides lies a story of a bygone era and a carousel that seems to spin to the rhythm of the spirit world. The carousel at Kings Island, with its brightly painted horses and cheerful music, appears innocent enough. But this carousel, my friends, holds a dark secret, a history intertwined with tragedy and the lingering presence of a heartbroken spirit. It's said that the carousel is haunted by the ghost of a young woman named Irene, who worked at the park in the early 1900s. Irene, full of life and with a heart filled with dreams, fell deeply in love with a carousel operator named Peter. Their love story, set against the backdrop of the twinkling lights and joyful music of the park, was like something out of a fairy tale. One fateful night, as Peter was operating the carousel and Irene was laughing among the riders, tragedy struck. The carousel malfunctioned. The once merry-go-round spun out of control, its horses galloping at a terrifying speed. Panic erupted as people were thrown from the ride, their screams drowned out by the mechanical shrieks of the malfunctioning machine. When the chaos subsided and the dust settled, Peter lay dead beneath the carousel, crushed by its unforgiving machinery. Irene, though physically unharmed, was left utterly shattered. Unable to bear the thought of living without Peter, Irene took her own life, throwing herself beneath the very same carousel that had claimed her beloved. Her spirit, some say, became tethered to the ride, her mournful cries echoing through the park whenever the carousel started to spin. Over the years, guests and employees alike have reported strange occurrences surrounding the carousel. Some claim to have seen the spectral figure of a young woman dressed in clothing from a bygone era, watching the riders with a melancholic expression. The music of the carousel, meant to evoke feelings of joy and nostalgia, is said to take on a mournful tone when Irene's presence is near. Even the horses on the carousel seem to react to Irene's presence, with park employees finding the horses' manes braided in intricate patterns. Is Kings Island merely a place of amusement, or does it hold a darker secret, a tragic love story forever etched into its very foundation? From abandoned Ferris wheels to roller coasters frozen in time and carousels that spin to the rhythm of the afterlife, we've journeyed through some of the most unsettling tales of haunted amusement parks. If you found these stories as chilling as I did, be sure to give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel for more explorations into the unknown, and hit that notification bell so you never miss a spooky tale. Until next time, sleep tight, and remember, sometimes the most terrifying rides are the ones that never truly shut down.